Stop watching the drama. Start reading who's allowed to exist in it. I'm Kavita Harris, and this is Hot Takes from the Matriarchy. According to initial reports, last Friday, March 27th, Tiger Woods was in a Florida jail after flipping his SUV. He refused a urine test, spent 8 hours behind bars, and was ultimately charged with a DUI. But look at your feed. The headlines aren't asking about accountability. They're asking if he'll make the first tee at the Masters next week. The industry didn't hit the delete key on Tiger. They hit the redemption loop. So why does a video from 2023 end a woman's entire franchise? Albeit for actions that were truly disturbing, while a high-speed rollover in 2026 is just a hurdle for a man. Let's get into it. The redemption loop is a mechanical choice. When an asset is this expensive, the machine doesn't erase the story, it rewrites it. Let's compare the moves. ABC just scrapped an entire $100 million season of The Bachelorette because Taylor Frankie Paul was uneditable and she was a liability. But Tiger Woods is the engine of a billion-dollar ecosystem, as we all know. From Nike to the PGA, the system is designed to absorb his chaos and repackage it as perseverance. Tiger isn't just a golfer, he's a portfolio. Networks need his ratings, sponsors need his halo, and the tours need his tees in the ground. And when that much money is wired into one man's body, the machine can't afford a moral halt. It can only stage a comeback. So that's ruin for her, redemption for him in real time. The woman is too risky to exist. The man is too valuable to bench as an asset. They've stripped the moral weight of a DUI and replaced it with a sports injury narrative. They aren't asking if he should play. They're asking if his body will let him. And we saw this blueprint reach the highest level this week. The president didn't wait for a police report before calling Tiger an amazing man who was just going through some difficulty. Some difficulty. That is the language of the Immortal Patriarch. It's a linguistic shield that reduces a high-speed crash and a refused drug test to just a bad day at the office. It signals to the sponsors, the legend is still under protection. Carry on. And this isn't a one-off. It's a 17-year loop of the industry just looking the other way. 2009, the fire hydrant, the mistresses, and the collapse of the Family Man brand. 2017, asleep at the wheel with 5 meds in his system. 2021, a high-speed rollover at nearly double the speed limit. And then 2026, last Friday on Jupiter Island, clipping a pressure cleaning truck while overtaking at high speed and flipping his SUV. And every time they frame it as a personal struggle instead of a public danger, they're telling you the strangers on the highway are acceptable collateral for a protected brand. The media is so conditioned to the Tiger crash narrative at this point, they can't even keep the crashes straight. I couldn't. And on Saturday, NBC had to apologize on air because they accidentally showed footage of his 2021 crash instead of the one that happened the day before. Tiger's crash footage has literally become stock B-roll. They aren't reporting. They're managing a brand that's stuck on a loop. But let's be really clear. This loop only runs for men. In 2026, we have a ruin for her, redemption for him policy. When male icons fail, the media gives us understanding. Analysts call the news disturbing, but immediately pivot to how hard he's practicing for his comeback. He is separated from his actions so that he can keep his career. But for the women, there is no presidential shield. One mistake becomes a permanent character stain. The system keeps the patriarch untouchable because the business model can't afford his absence. So reality isn't what happens, it's what they decide to keep. And we are not just fans, we are the ones holding the receipts they tried to burn. This isn't a sports story, it's an autopsy of institutional protection. I'm Kavita Harris, and if you're not watching the culture, you're missing the play. Subscribe now, and I'll see you next week.